There's a touch of warfare right on our doorstep.
Yeah, it's sort of terrifying to think how close we were to being.
I was turning a dial on a receiver, 2 o'clock in the morning. This loud Morse code hit me in the ear. I couldn't write it down. Didn't make our Morse at all. It wasn't one of our letters. I screamed out loudly, "This is Japanese." I was born in a suburb of Sydney called Lakemba. Left school and started work at the age of 15 to 16. Worked in a radio business in the city of Sydney. I had been in the New South Wales Scottish Regiment in the army. Right. Joined up just on 18. Was in the army till the early part of the war. Then I transferred over to the Air Force. Always wanted to have something to do with aeroplanes. I wanted to fly. Don't always get your wishes there. But I had seen that I had been in radio. It was a natural thing for me to think about wireless in those days. It was called wireless, not radio. From Point Cook I was posted to number 30 Squadron at Richmond. I was one night turning a dial on a receiver, listening for an aircraft that might be in trouble somewhere. It was a monotonous job, but just turning and listening. 2 o'clock in the morning this was. And this loud Morse code hit me in the ear. And I couldn't write it down. Didn't make our Morse at all. It wasn't one of our letters. It's got to be Japanese.
Wow.
It was Japanese.
And how did it feel at the time when you first discovered that it's got to be Japanese? I mean,
I screamed out loudly, "This is Japanese!" It's come through my headphones. All came running like a 2 direction finding station, pinpointed where the signal was coming from. Sydney Heads, right at Sydney Heads. So the Lockheed Hudson went up a dark night, black submarine, couldn't see anything. They probably submerged anyway.
Yeah.
Little subs came in. One of them got caught in the mesh and destroyed itself. Another one just disappeared, couldn't find it, didn't know where it went.
Yes.
But the other one, he was okay. They were dropping depth charges. The Coastal Patrol knew they were there.
Yeah.
And there was an American heavy cruiser, the Chicago, right across the channel out from Garden Island. And that's what they were after. If they could sink that, it would block Sydney Harbour off.
Wow. Couldn't
be used in the war. This one managed to fire off 2 torpedoes at the Chicago, straight at it. But unfortunately they were set too low and they went under the ship and didn't damage it at all. One torpedo landed on the shore, the other one hit a ferry boat which was used by the Navy as a workshop.
The Cuttable?
The Cuttable. And it killed 20 odd sailors. There's a touch of warfare right on our doorstep.
Yeah, it's sort of terrifying to think. Well, it sounds like your job operating the wireless, or as we now know it, the radio, at 2 o'clock in the morning, when presumably no one else probably wanted to do that at that time. It sounds like that played a bit of a pivotal role in defending our...
To think that the Air Force had a hand in, not the Navy or the Army or anyone else, but the Air Force picked up the signal.
Wow.
So it was a little accolade for the Air Force at that time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He was very excited about it, and so the Air Force.